order. First item on the agenda is the minutes of August 21st meeting. You sent this to everybody, right? Okay, so everybody had a chance to read it. All right.
Yeah, but before we do
I want to commend Lisa's job. I was amazed at the detail. It's very accurate. It almost seemed verbatim. I don't know how you did it.
Oh, thank
It's
you
great,
very
very
much.
accurate. I mean, I rely on the minutes to do the decisions and, you know, usually I make some notes the next day after our hearing myself on the paperwork, and then I don't get to it again until I get our minutes. Very accurate, very accurate. Just terrific.
And you're not,
I felt like I was back at the hearing.
you don't do shorthand or anything like that?
Right, I don't know how she does that.
He did.
Gets it all in there.
Yeah, it's good.
I don't know how, but
Okay, do you want to make a motion to
People at
accept the
home
minutes
can hear.
as presented?
So moved
what are you moving?
to accept the minutes as written.
Second?
Okay, the motion's been made, seconded to approve the minutes of the August 21st. All those, any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we have two cases that we have to sign tonight. Case number 15.01, 35 Havel Street.
Oh,
I know. I already read it.
That's good. I just wrote them yesterday.
So we should say that.
So read them.
Okay,
You can either read them.
all right.
We already read these at home, right?
Well, I certainly have, because
Yeah, I did.
I'm the author. You saw them, because that's two.
I read them, but they look brand new.
The second one just came in today.
I don't know what I'm saying, do we have to read them again?
Well, that's up to Don, you know. Did you find any issues with them?
No, it's
I mean, are they fine?
No,
I mean,
perfect.
You sent them out very early in the month, didn't
It's just right on it.
you? Yeah, I know, very early. Not very, pretty quick.
I try, I do try.
Yeah, and I read
Sometimes
them,
I don't always.
and I read them, and I look at them now, and it's brand new. Gee. Yeah. Which one do you want to sign?
You get the right one to sign.
Yeah?
Sign this one here, Don?
All right, we got it.
Yeah, that's your copy, Dawn. This is the original.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Never mind.
Who'd you steal that from? No, say, Richard, it's got yours, it's got your name on it.
No, that's my personal advisor, my financial advisor.
CMFC, RFC, LLC, ING. Smart woman, real smart. I don't know, they have used a customer, I don't know how smart she is.
They need some money.
Huh?
That's the guy coming up late.
Okay, that's the,
Oh, one?
the old one.
Yeah.
Two.
You know, one of the, one clause that appears now in any approval that has conditions at all is that that we're asking the applicant to send a receipt confirming that they have submitted. You need to create some sort of a tickler file for you on each case that, okay? So the 30 days out from,
Way ahead of you, kid.
okay?
That's why you gave her a compliment.
She good, is
Yeah.
she good?
I do wanna ask you about it
I
at the
don't
end
have
of the
to.
meeting, the process, because it's overdue for one of them.
Yeah, I think we have to write them a letter.
No, if they don't do it, they lose it.
Yeah, you write them a letter. I mean, we say here, we can issue a letter, so I think, the next step would be to send them a letter saying, listen, this is what the board, signed, it's been registered as such. You have to register. If you don't, the next step, we will send a letter to the PI asking him to issue a cease and desist. And you won't be able to use, who's the one that's like, off the top of your head?
Going
Schoenwald?
Schoenwald.
That guy?
It
Oh.
was due, September 11th.
I mean, we've had cases and it's come to the good by, if they don't do it, that's fine, because they lost it.
No, that's true. That's true.
Why
Because if you
give
don't
them
do it
a,
in 2
they know
years,
what
it
they have
dies.
to do.
They
Yeah,
don't
but then what
register,
they do, then they end up with something illegal.
if they don't register, it doesn't go
Right.
into effect.
But it doesn't, they don't get to do it. They wouldn't even get a building permit.
Well, no, but they might go ahead and get sloppy, do it,
Well,
forget to
then-
do it.
Then they're in trouble.
And then, right, exactly.
But I know there's some cases that I were in Ipswich. It was to the advantage of the town that they didn't do it, then they lost it.
Right, sure.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. No.
Okay, you've got the, case number 1502.
You wanna sign it, or what do you wanna do, Don?
Yeah, we gotta sign this one, right? That case 1502, the pool. You got the legal thing there, Lindsay? I'll use my pen again. That's the pool.
I think we can also make it clear that in the absence of a reading of the decision, that it's a matter of public record, so they're easily accessible at any point in our
Yes.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
anybody who wants to read it can get a copy of it.
You get attached.
Yeah. Imagine so.
Just so you know too, Tom, all the plans going with,
Yeah, I was gonna say, you have to pay attention where I say see attached.
yes, you know what I do, I look for the parentheses.
That's usually what I do. Otherwise, it could get lost in the text.
What do you think about getting a tape recorder so you can take the minutes of
Minutes of the meeting?
Take that, this one.
Oh, no, that's not the meeting.
I know that. You might be getting older.
That insurance company. Alright, so we're good?
Okay, so
We're done with two?
let's get that. Mr. Lewis is good. All right.
He is good for now.
About that. Okay, we've got a couple of letters here from, continued hearing for Marion Way,
Oh, you're on Marion Way, okay.
okay? A letter from Edie Netter stating that, please let the board know that my contract runs until December 2014. As I mentioned previously, this will be my last extension. Okay,
I think that's a critical letter.
Yes.
Because we only have 60 days with her,
right.
and she's not gonna do pro bono if we need her, I'm sure.
Oh,
So, I don't know, you know, we're gonna have to take some action here.
right,
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
G. Robert Mary. Print reading on it, okay.
okay, we got a letter from John DeCoulis, stating that the Conservation Commission approved the plan for Marion Way at their meeting on September 9th, 2014. And, we have a letter from the Conservation Commission, sent September 16th, 2014. Chapter 61, conversion of land off Daniels Road. To G. Robert Mary, Chairman of the Board of Selectmen.
What letter are you on? Come on.
Okay,
Kind of
chapter
who?
61, conversion
Tell
of
me
land
what
off
this
Daniels
small
Road.
letters.
While the Conservation Commission discussed the above subject
behind it.
at their meeting of
There it
August
is.
19, 2014, referring to the letter from Mr. Greeno, attorney representing Tompkins Discardants Trust regarding the notification pending sale of a portion of land off Daniels Road, which is designated under Chapter 41 Forestry. A portion of the property designated as map 9, parcel 23, is currently proposed before two town boards as a 40B development project. The Conservation Commission is in the course of our review, consulted our office files and a recent update to the Open Space Recreation Plan 2014. portion of the property subject to this request is not contiguous to previously preserved open space in any government or nonprofit ownership, nor does it appear that the property has been identified previously for potential as conserved open space. It should be noted that the portion of the property subject to this request is bisected by a roadway easement that runs east to west, effectively slicing it in half. The commission does not recommend or request municipal acquisition for the purpose of open space protection of this currently undeveloped property. The subject parcel is currently in an undeveloped state and does contain regulated wetland resource areas. Thank you for the opportunity to comment on this chapter 61 conversion. Sincerely, Clint Paisley. And then we have a letter from, please find from John DeCoulis. Please find copy of Horsley Whitney review of 8/28/14 for the Conservation Commission. Horsley Whitman Group, Sustainable Environmental Solutions. Dated August 28, 2014. Mr. Brent Baszler, agent, Raleigh Conservation Commission, Town Hall, Annex Room 4, 39 Central Street, P.O. Box 24, Raleigh, Mass. Regarding peer review of the proposed Marion Way residential development. Dear Mr. Baszler and Commission members, the Horsley Whitman Group, HW, is pleased to provide this fifth peer review letter of the proposed Marion Way 40B residential development located on approximately 11.3 acres of forest land on the north side of Daniels Road in Raleigh, Massachusetts. The applicant proposes 10 duplex dwellings with an 850-foot roadway and an open stormwater management system, including grass channels, 2 sediment, 4 bays, and 2 infiltration basins. The following new documents and plans were received by HW. Letter from John W. DeCoulis to Raleigh Conservation Commission, dated August 12, 2014. Response to HW's July 15th, 2014 peer review letter dated August 11, 2014, 1 page. HydroCAD modeling for infiltration basin number 2, pond 9P, and the downgradient features including reach 10R, pond 3P, and reach 2R. Prepared by John DeCoulis, dated August 11th, 2014, 5 pages. And plans for Marion Way, Raleigh, Massachusetts, owner of the Tompkins Discharge Trust, prepared by John J. DeCoulis, including proposed conditions, plan revised August 11th, 2014, proposed structures, plan revised August 11th, 2014, and details, plan revised August 11th, 2014. Conclusion. After reviewing the documents listed above, HW is satisfied that the applicant has responded to our previous comments adequately and that the stormwater management system proposed for Marion Way appears to have been designed in compliance with the standards of the Massachusetts Department of Vermont Environmental Protection, Mass DEP, Wetlands Protection Act, Regulations 310 CMR 10-10.00, and the Mass DEP Stormwater Handbook dated February 2008. HW recommends the Conservation Commission consider adding this standard special conditions to an order in this project, including 1, attendance by the applicant at a pre-construction meeting on the site. 2, inspection by the conservation agent of erosion controls prior to earth disturbance. And 3, requirement that an as-built plan for the development is provided to the Conservation Commission prior to requesting a certificate of compliance. The commission may also consider adding the following additional special condition. The installation of the stormwater management system shall be observed by a Massachusetts registered professional engineer. Documentation shall be provided to the Raleigh Conservation Commission that the system has been installed as designed. The applicant is advised that provision of these comments does not relieve him or her of the responsibility to comply with all Town of Raleigh rules, regulations, and bylaws, Commonwealth of Massachusetts laws, and federal regulations as applicable to this project. Please contact Ellie Baker at 978-499-0601 or Janet Bernardo at 857-263-8193. If you have any questions regarding these comments. Sincerely, Horsley Whitmore, Ellie Baker, and Janet Bernardo. That's it. And then we have this final letter from Mass Housing. Dated September 16th, 2014. Addressed to Mr. John J. DeCoulis, Danvers Industrial Park, 3 Electronics Avenue, Danvers, Mass. Regarding Marion Way, Raleigh, Mass. Dear Mr. DeCoulis, this letter is in response to your request on behalf of your client, Thomas Frangos, regarding the transfer of the project eligibility letter, PEL, to the proposed Marion Way development in Raleigh. Mass Housing understands that the original applicant, Bruce Tompkins, has sold and transferred the above referenced PEL to Mass Housing dated May 2nd, 2007, to Thomas Frangos, the proposed transferee, and that the proposed transferee, subject to Raleigh ZBA approval, intends to submit to Mass Housing a complete application for final approval under 760 CMR 56.04. We understand further that the proposed transferee is requesting that Mass Housing, a subsidizing agency, confirm to the Raleigh ZBA that they meet the requirements of 760 CMR 56.04, 7.A and B, pursuant to requirements of 760 CMR 56.05, 12B. Mass Housing would generally make such confirmation of eligibility, including affirmation of the findings required under 760 CMR 56.044, as part of Mass Housing's final approval review prior to commencement of construction. Nevertheless, given the stage at which the request has been made, Mass Housing is pleased to advise you and the Raleigh ZBA that it has received and reviewed preliminary information regarding the proposed transferee, and although subject to review of the complete application for final approval, and confirm that 1, the proposed transferee appears to be eligible to apply as a limited dividend organization as required by 760 CMR 56.04 1A, and enter into a regulatory agreement with Mass Housing, thereby establishing proposed transferee as a limited dividend organization. And 2, Mass Housing is not aware of anything that would prohibit from finding the proposed transferee is financially responsible and meets the general eligibility standards of the housing program, and that the project will be fundable under the Federal Home Loan Bank of Boston's New England Fund to meet the requirements of 760 CMR 56.041B. Mass Housing looks forward to working with you and the proposed transferee to complete final approval review. If you have any questions concerning the letter, please contact me at 617-854-1880. Sincerely, Gregory P. Watson, Manager, Comprehensive Permit Program. And this was sent, carbon copy went to G. Robert Murray, Chairman, Board of Selectmen. Okay, there we go. Yes. That's it.
No.
Do you have anything else for us, Sean?
No, I guess that's about it.
We're done, right?
I'm sorry?
We're done, right?
Almost.
Okay. Where do we go with this?
No, I don't have any more questions. I think they've certainly, this information has certainly clarified the issue regarding the relationship of the potential transferee, Mr. Francos, to the original PEL that we saw that was submitted with the app originally. Evidently, there's no issue concern there. I think regardless of how you look at that letter, we can hang our hat on it as an approval of that relationship between Tompkins Trust and Franco, so I don't think there's any issue there concerning that point. It looks like Horsley Witten has also approved it, subject to everything that needs to be done, and created some conditions which John et al. Would have to meet as they go
We
through
haven't
the project.
received the order of conditions yet, but I suspect we will in the next few days
Mhm.
from the Conservation Commission.
Yeah. And the Conservation Commission has advised the town, we don't have a letter from the Board of Selectmen saying they're not gonna purchase, but I can't imagine that they're going to. So I'm sure we would get a confirmation from them, post haste indicating that they don't have a desire. I think we should have that for the file. So we should either reach out to them, Lisa, and call Debbie maybe and find out if that's gonna be forthcoming, or they're gonna vote on it or something like that.
I will. I spoke with Kirk this afternoon, and he told me that the planning board and the Conservation Commission had advised the Board of Selectmen not to purchase.
Right.
So I asked him to send me a memo in regards to the meeting that he had last night. I have yet to get that. I'm sure I'll get it next week.
Yeah, well, but I think we want something from the selectmen.
Yes.
You know, on their letterhead, simply saying for the file, so that it's been rejected, I don't have anything else at the moment. I think we have to sit down and put everything together and try to figure out what we wanna do. Got all the information, any of the final question marks, Edie's available to work with us.
Okay. Okay.
So I think, Mike, I think we wanna continue the hearing. We wanna continue the hearing till the next meeting.
I'm sorry, Tom?
We wanna continue the hearing to the next meeting,
Yes,
John?
right, right.
And I think we're gonna probably need to, that's October. We're probably gonna have to spend a chunk of the meeting trying to decide what we're gonna do. Because I don't think we can push it to November with much debate after, because Edie's gone December 1. So, you know, if we push to November, I think we need to know, we need to communicate with Edie that we might go as far as November with a review before we make a decision, and get her input about if A, if approval, this is what you're gonna need to do. If B, this is what you're gonna need to do, because then we have 40 days after the hearing closes to
Right.
produce it, and she's only with us for 6 or 7. So we're gonna have to essentially take her input and draft it on our own, which,
That's, she's under contract with, Mass Housing,
yes,
okay,
yeah,
as of December 1st,
right.
okay. I'm not sure, but we have money that, I think we could use to hire her
Hire
if
somebody,
we need it.
Sure, I mean, I think we,
get somebody that she recommends,
Or she,
why
or
not
her
her?
herself.
her,
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's, yeah, I mean,
That
sure,
would be the
if
smart
she's
thing to do.
available. I mean, I think what we need to know is what it's gonna cost us, so we can get her, I think we should request that Lisa, send an email to her and request, a statement of fees at the end of her Mass Housing contract, in the event the board wants to retain her services on a per diem basis, just so we know. I mean, if she's $500 a day, we're not gonna have a lot of days of service. If she's willing to work with the board and she says, it's,
I don't think it's,
250, if it's $200 an hour, I mean, we have attorneys on the board who know billing fee rates. If she's gonna say, yes, I think you need to redraft that clause, that's $200, I don't think we can afford a lot. But I think she'll work with us. But I think we need to know that before we think about relying on it.
Right, okay. Okay,
Unless we think we can come to a decision, and at this point, it's the 4 of us, correct?
yeah,
yeah,
It's the 4 of us, unless we can come to a decision next meeting. In other words, bang the whole thing out, whether we sit here for 3 hours or 4 hours and make a decision. That gives us another 30 days to work on it.
give it a shot.
okay,
Did the last one pretty good.
all right. Well, let's continue this till,
Yeah, we need a note from John.
Continue.
till when?
October 16th.
October 16th.
Oh, we got a lot of stuff there, don't we?
John's asking for.
Yeah, we
A lot
do.
of stuff coming out
Until
there.
the 16th.
Yeah, well, I don't think we can afford to let it go to November with 2 backed into a corner. It's gonna be a long meeting, which means we should go home now. Which means we should go home now, because
Mhm.
next month is gonna be a long meeting.
Yes.
Okay,
I don't think they're controversial issues, well, I suppose one could be, but,
okay. All right, we have a letter to continue this October 16th. Do we have a motion to accept the letter?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion's been made, second to accept John's letter to continue the hearing till October 16th. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Okay.
Okay.
We'll continue this till then. All right?
Okay,
John, if you wanna bring some lollipops next time, that's good.
bring some super strong coffee.
Yeah, you'll be the last, you'll be the last one, right? The other ones are already online.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, and that's
It's
the way it
gotta
should
be.
be anyway.
Yeah.
We're gonna have new information,
No, nothing else, no?
that's what we have that we've been dealing with.
Yeah, it's all
And
here.
the plan is updated to what we were, nothing has changed on the plan?
That's the last, most recent plan. Everything that's been impacted has been through the stormwater and the Horsley Witten, and that's all been addressed evidently. And even if we don't fully appreciate the technical sense, we've got a document that says that it has been, and they're comfortable with it. So, and obviously Mass Housing seems disposed to act, so we'll wait and see. But yeah, I don't think there's nothing else. All the questions that we had have been substantially answered, and we have to just decide.
Okay. We have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion been made.
Thank you.
Seconded.
Thanks,
See you,
John.
John.
All those in favor of adjournment?
Thanks.
Aye.
Aye.